What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. It's either really easy or really hard to be an action figure collector these days because you really can't plan much of anything with your expenses, what you're going to put your money on, if you should just wait on clearance, or if it's just a free for all. And I kind of feel like we're in a free for all period right now. Ironically, as the holidays approach, where I'm seeing this meme go around where it's like all the figures you wanted are in stock, but you've allocated all your money for Christmas presents. And I kind of feel like that too. It's like, why is all this stuff coming on sale right now? And I'm going to share or save this for tomorrow's live, but I wanted to show one figure I got during one of my escapades at Ross, which has become this unexpected gold mine of figures. I got a $12 crocodile. Ignore Crocmaster, I already have him, but getting another Fiona so I can have a pair of there we go, crocodiles for him is just really fun. And actually having another one is really cool to me. So a $12 crocodile, I really can't beat that for that price. And I guess I forgot to actually show you what our good friends at Ross are charging for Crocmaster. It's wild these days. So while I was over at my nearby Ross, they had the Tiger Force Outback that everyone raves is so great. He was $6. Marauders Barbecue, Tomax, and Zaymont also $6. And I got something that I was never going to touch at the normal $25 price point, but when it was down to $6, and I'll show you tomorrow, I was really excited to get it. So lots of stuff are on sale in stores. But then there's also the online retailers or retailers that have online specials. And I'm going to break down a big one from Walmart today. Just crazy pricing on JoJo Classified Series, Marvel Legends a little bit, but really for your JoJo collectors, time to jump on to Walmart because they got some great deals right now. First up is the Crimson Viper. I'm not really grabbing all these figures, but it's just like, wow, okay, you're gonna charge $12 for a figure. That was $24.97, $25. So you can get that figure, this really strong repaint of the Vipers. Like I said, I'm not really interested in grabbing these crimson variants of everything. But for those of you who are grabbing them, it's a really, really good price to stock up. This is how it was back when everyone was excited and stoked to see Grunt was basically a solo standalone Joe and also doubling as an army builder. That was really cool when he was being found at Target for $12. Here you go. So this is kind of cool because it almost makes a little bit more sense to get Cobras for $12 or for a very special army building price. So that's really convenient. But it doesn't end there because we got another Cobra army builder. This time it's the Crimson Alley Viper, and I can actually grab this army builder. It's right on my shelf. Now he's out of stock, I just see. So before that happens, this is what happens when I go too late in making these videos. Yeah, I was able to get two more, and not so much because I love the Crimson concept, but I was like, it's pretty decent army builder. I like the colors of the Crimson Alley Viper, so let me jump on it. Let me see while I'm in the midst of doing this. He was still in stock. He's still in stock. Crimson Alley Viper is not. Let's check on another one. Now, this figure, I mean, I feel like if you go to any Walmart, you can actually see the Classified Series Retro Lady J. She's been a solid, strong $24, $23. Now she's at a price point where it's just like, it'd be rude not to buy her. So she's now $5, and you really can't beat that. I mean, the savings at $18, that's crazy. I mean, that's what they charge now for Star Wars Vintage Collection figures. So getting this Lady J is really cool because now I am going to take this one, and she didn't have the swappable hairpiece, so I assume that's firmly in place. And I'm going to use this one as my comic book Lady J, and then I'm going to go comic book and original action figure version of Lady J, and then I'm going to use the other one for my cartoon one. So I'm going to super glue the head on that one so I don't have to worry about it flopping off anymore. And that's great news for these guys. I finally opened my shipwreck, and dude, for real, this guy, I don't even understand how I'm going to put together a top 10 of G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. I mean, he's great. And now that I've got him in hand, I've got so many great classic versions of characters. I got to get my boy Flint, my favorite Joe, in retro form because there's so many great Joes coming in their classic looks, Firefly, Storm Shadow. And we didn't even need to get a retro version of Shipwreck. He just came, hey, we know what you guys want, now we'll deliver it on that end. Of course, I'm going to be talking tomorrow. Maybe now I don't know how tomorrow's going to work out. Maybe I'll just be so hyped and excited. I'm going to do an immediate reaction to the Judge live stream tomorrow, or I'll just wait till the normal 8:05 live. Being an impatient Joe collector, I'll probably do 2 videos tomorrow, so stay tuned. Anyway, not the end of the sales because Walmart's like, hey, we'd like a crack at this money. You guys have been spending at Ollie's and Ross. Another retro figure that's on sale is the Retro Destro. Really good figure. He's $15 now, so you can get him, save $10. I think that's a pretty decent price for Destro. And I mean, this figure is just really cool. I've got him. Didn't get him for $15, but if you've been on the fence about this guy, now's the time to roll and grab him and add him to your G.I. Joe collection. Of course, you can't have Destro without his love interest, Baroness. So she looks really good. I have the one that came with the Cobra coil, so I didn't necessarily feel a need to grab her, but she's $7.97, so $8. This head sculpt is really good. My main reason for why I didn't feel the need to grab this one is because she's still got those single jointed elbows, and I'm not sure if you can really tell, but it's really restrictive in terms of her movement. That's about as much elbow range as she has, so she's not able to hit a lot of cool poses like a lot of these other Joes, especially Lady J with her double jointed elbows, or Shooter, who also has that. But nice looking figure. I just wish we would get the real retro version of Baroness because she needs her superior version. Like we have that ultimate version of StarLord. We definitely need one for Baroness too because she's way too important in character to be struggling and still have one that's kind of outdated in terms of articulation and movement and everything that she can actually pull off and do. We're not done. Still more savings, which is wild. So we got this G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes with Timber. This is the version 2. So this features Timber Moore as a white wolf. And I don't know if it's worth it to you guys to grab a wolf for $22, but that's pretty cool. He's got lots of great accessories. So if you needed to stock up on that end, you've definitely got some here. Lots of guns, including the Uzi, which to me, that's the only weapon I need for my Snake Eyes, in addition to his katana. That's all I need for Snake Eyes. All the rest of this is going to any and everyone else. Now you see we've got some two-tone pants working here. There's got a karate chop hand. I'm pretty sure he also has the throwing star, so that's really cool. And I think Timber's the star of the show here. So like I said, if you want to get a $22 wolf, definitely not a bad idea to grab him on this end. Next up, not necessarily a new clearance deal. I'm pretty sure Amazon still has this, but for all of you who have not gotten it yet, Scrap Iron, who was originally $45, is now $30. It's a really good price for a figure that was worthwhile in terms of the deluxe presentation. Maybe it's worth it to you to get $30 of effect pieces, another drone that maybe you could just repaint this, because I kind of feel like this is very similar to the G.I. Joe Pack Rat, and I think that would make for a pretty easy repaint. If you want to just paint it, spray paint it green, and you've got it, you're all covered. So that might be another option for you if you don't need a scrap iron, but you like all these blast effects. You could throw a Joe drone in essence in there too. And G.I. Joe Classified Series isn't the only thing, because I felt like, oh man, it's a killer Joe sale, but it's other things as well. And this is one another thing that sold out really fast. So there was this set of Transformers, and these went really quickly because on their website they have a bunch of these, but this set of Brawn and Ratchet from Bumblebee were $25 just a few moments ago. So it's like, and here you can see what their pricing was, so you can tell that I'm actually not just making that up. But they had these for $25, $24.97. Let's see if the Studio Series Perceptor from Transformers the movie and Bumblebee Wheeljack are still $24.99 or $24.97, or back to $54. Oh, look, so here's one great. That way you can see that I was legit with this, wasn't making it up. Perceptives are a really great figure, so if you don't even have him, he's well worth that $25 price point by himself. This Wheeljack from the movies, not bad either. So there's a really good option and definitely something you want to check out. I'm not sure if they have any of these other ones for that price. Let's see if now they're back to normal price. So they were all steady at 25. This one was another one that I thought was cool. Kickback and Legacy Deluxe Prime Universe RC, but they're back to normal price. Let's move on to Marvel Legends. So we've got this really, to me, not great, not awesome Spider-Man because of the main bane of my existence, these pin joints on Spider-Man. Like I said before, I don't really care about the pin joints one way or the other, but for Spider-Man, he is the one that is like, this dude always needs no pins, pinless joints all the way. So we avoid this little thing right here. And he's just a weird figure. But Morbius, really cool figure for those who've missed out on him. So if you got the time, you got the patience to add in these web lines for Spider-Man, the painting acumen, if you will, you can grab him now and you get the set. Not the most accessories, but this is originally $51, so you can get it for $25. Really good savings, $26. I always like to see what you save is more than the price that they want you to pay now. So that's really cool. Then the StarLords, the Guardians of the Galaxy in his original attire. A really nice looking figure, not something I need for my collection, but I think this is a really good, nice way to go with a figure like him. So he's got a ton of stuff. Let's do that instead. There we go. So you can see he's got 2 trigger fingers so he can be ambidextrous. He's got a blaster, which I'm pretty sure we've seen before, maybe with the Hydra or Shield Troopers. And he's got a cutlass, which I would think was reused for Corsair. But nice looking figure, original belt. That's cool. Head sculpt all to himself. And I think that's about it. You can see this weak paint job here on the boots, so that's not ideal, but otherwise pretty good, especially for $12. That's a figure that I can sign off for a lot more, especially if you're a fan of Star-Lord back in this era of his existence in the comic book. So I was looking for figure for $12. This is kind of one of those deals where he's definitely a character that was worth waiting on because do I need him? Are you going to do more of this classic era of those characters? Maybe not. So yeah, you can benefit and grab him for later. And then another one, Kraven the Hunter, the Spider-Man retro version. So this one is another one that, for people who were like, oh man, I got to get this figure. Now you can save more than you pay for him. You save 14, he's $13.97. Great deal. He is actually still in stock, which is nice to see because some of this stuff is gone. And then we've also got the Marvel Legends Black Panther. He's still $5. So for anybody who missed out on this, it's not the most impressive figure at this point, but I really love this Chadwick Boseman head sculpt. Really nice likeness. He's got the swappable hands. This mold, though, is really exceptionally done because it's got all that detailed sculpting. You can see it here, and it's a really nice fluid figure in terms of just how easily he moves and poses. And I really was impressed with this when it first came out. I've since kind of gone with the purple vibranium accent Black Panther, but this is a really nice looking figure, definitely worth $5. So yeah, just if you want to grab some of these figures, I would definitely recommend getting on it really quickly because at the rate they're going, people may be grabbing multiples. I think you could get like 2, but I don't know if they had a limit to them. I did also want to check just to say like, hey, what else do they have in terms of G.I. Joe? So nothing else that I was really interested in. I would have jumped to get more mole rats at $11. I mean, I love those. I think they're really fun to pose around. Cobra Zombie Army. That would have been really fun to just grab a whole bunch of those guys for $12. And we still see the Crimson Guard retro version. He's $25. At this rate, maybe he'll drop in price as well. The Grunt, the retro collection figure, that's the 3.75 inch version. Really great figure. Still think he's $17 worth. And I'm still looking for Big Ben, but this guy has not dropped. He's been a consistent $37. Shadow Tracker's still on pace to come out in February, but I'm looking forward to that figure. Gung Ho is a figure I think would have sold out in a quickness at 10 or $5, like some of these other figures. Nothing else really stands out in terms of the savings There's nothing. I was like, oh man, I gotta grab this and get it for this price. So everything else is pretty basic, and that's what we're getting. Shooter, if you missed out, I know she's still sold out on Pulse. You can still get her here. This Cobra Hiss, which you can find at Ollie's for really cheap, is $30 here. And you can go to Ollie's, not Ollie's, you can go to Ross. And I want to shortchange Ross on this one because Ross was delivering it big time with this Crocmaster. I mean, I went to several actually yesterday, and I was just amazed how many Crocmasters are sitting on the shelves. So here is a shot of one store's Crocmasters. Man, I'm going to master this one time, but you can see there's 3 here, and I'm trying to see if I took a shot at the other store, and they had even more. So definitely, if you're looking for Crocmaster, or you want to just build up your crocodile gator army, hit up Ross because they've got several. Anyway, that was it for this one. I just want to jump on real quick, just to let you know about some more sales you can take advantage of, get some more figures, get some army builders for pretty cheap. I'll be back on for sure tomorrow, whether that's just for the regular 805 live stream or if I'm going to pop on as soon as the Hasbro team wraps up its JoJo live stream with all these new reveals and stuff. I can't wait, and the pre-orders and all that fun stuff, which I'll probably do because I'm going to be too hyped up. So look for 2 episodes tomorrow. I recorded one like this one, and tomorrow evening live. For now, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Hopefully you're able to find some of these sales, get some more deals. Let's talk about what you got tomorrow. And for now, this episode of Lyle's Figure Files has been filed.